Hello. Good to see you again. I this pattern, the Trico Thorax, involves microfibbets, which I very profoundly dislike. So I'm forced, when tying flies with microfibbets, to drink a beer. It makes me. So there's that. I won't be smelling the ketones on my breath. You may, so apologies in advance. All right, now we didn't start this one because I'm going to show you a crazy technique. I was going to attribute it to Charlie Craven of the famous Charlie Craven of Charlie's Fly Box. Arvada, Colorado is a good place to hang out and talk shop and whatnot. But what you do is, where I would have cut that thread off, you just leave it. And this is to split microfibbets when those get tied in, which will be here. Should be painless. Stop at where the barb would be. Tie barb release. And bobbin hangs. Now for the microfibbets. Now it's a damn paintbrush, right? That costs more than a paintbrush. Those are microfibbets. So you take a few of those. I've got, it's like 6 or so here. And you tie them in, shank length, of course. About that. Now these are very small, these Tricos. So I'm tying it on a larger hook than I would ordinarily, just for demonstration purposes. But shank length, they're close because you can actually pull these back a bit. They slide beneath the thread. So okay, and then you pinch them down, right? Actually, I'm going to switch hands here. Pinch them down and wrap them. Right? Okay, so they're on there now, and that looks about like microfibbety happiness. Okay. And then you clip your excess here with your sharp pair of scissors. Now, if you tied them too long, you can just pull at this point, and they'll come back to you. Now, here's why we left the thread. This is what you do is you sort of split up your microfibbets there, as I just did, and you bring the thread through the fibbets, the microfibbets, to split them and to sort of hold them aloft, right? So now you tie down the thread. Yeah, 3 good awkward left hand. I'm a right hand tire, so that's, you know, the awkward left hand tie. Almost done with the microfibbets, which excites me beyond words. You wouldn't believe it. Alright, now you clip the string. Right there. Perfect, right there. Split. I'll show it to you. Split. Now what you do is you go back a little bit. And all you're going to need for this, the abdomen of the Trico is thread. Don't have to dub. So you do have to lift. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm bringing the thread underneath the microfibbets. And you sort of pull up a little bit. Alright. Oh, whoa, pulled too far up. Let's try that again. Now, in a minute. Oh, I got a good one in there. So, split up. Let's do it again anyway. Okay, come on. There you go. Now, it used to be tie a little dubbing ball back here, but you don't need to anymore since we've made these discoveries. So now you move up toward, and again, you don't need to dub here, which is, I guess, nice, right? A little reward for having to work with microfibbets. And then you tie in a piece of sparkle yarn. Antron, propylene, whatever it's going by at your local fly shop. Now here's what's going to happen. John Barr, the famous fly tyer, is going to show up at my house and say, "Hey, that's a Visidun. That's mine." I'm going to say, "No, John, you steal." He's a doctor. "No, doctor, you steal all your patterns, man. So let's not kid ourselves, right? You're a thief." And I dig the whole Picasso thing. That's quarter shank, by the way, where I'm tying this down. The whole Picasso thing where good artists borrow, great artists steal, but your emerger, the bar emerger, everybody had that in their box, It's not yours. And then, your Visidun, this has been going on for a really long time. It's a thorax pattern with some antron on it. And this is for the fisherman, the angler. Then you remember how to post that. I'm sure. Oh, that's just a thread dam. You're not going to be posting any wings on this pattern. So tiny. Alright. So now, go back behind there. Thief! Alright. Dam that up a little more. There we go. We'll trim that in a second. But now you tie in a grizzly hackle. This one's massive. And you can tie it in concave, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so that in, and then, tie it up here a little bit and get it secure. Okay. Go back to your original spot here. And you actually dub the thorax, right? And this is very similar to, the traditional catskill tie, only it's not heavily hackled. It's wrapped 2-3 times. And as you probably know, it's not the equipment up here, the materials up here that causes a fly to float. It's surface tension on the water. So you want this thing to be as sparse as possible. Now you get your fancy hackle pliers, or whatever. These are rotary hackle pliers. I like them a lot. But I'm sorry I skipped a step. Gee, one sip of beer and look at me. Alright, which reminds me. Vodka. I lied. It's actually vodka. I'm kidding. It's beer. Okay, so you dub half what you need, remember? And you dub. Make a sort of a fat thorax, like that. This helps for a lot of reasons. It holds your wing, viz, whatever in place. And now you take your rotary hackle pliers, whatever works, and you don't hackle it heavy as you would a wolf or a catskill tie or anything like that. It's just a few wraps, 5, 6 at most. Alright. And that's about that. Right? What was that, 5 wraps, I think? Okay, lash it down with your awkward hand. Okay, looks lashed to me. And now we take the $5 million seam ripper. Get in there. Now, see, it's cool because it doesn't cut anything else except what it's resisting. So you don't lose any hackle fibers or anything like that. Keep that for your next fly. And that's it, really. You just whip finish now with the whip finisher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is making me happy lately. I don't know why, but you don't have to glue this. A lot of people like to glue things that get hackled, but I don't, I guess. Again, the $5 million seam ripper. Done. Except for, now this is the fun part. You clip the antron, the sparkly yarn, to shank length, which will be right about there. And that's so you can see it, right? The fish don't seem to be spooked by it. They may even be attracted by it. Nobody knows. It kind of resembles a mayfly wing, kind of not. And then the other thing you do with your your $5 million hackle, which you clip it at about a hook point, straight across. Like get. So you're destroying your expensive hackle there. You're not actually doing it. And that is that. Trico Thorax. Thanks very much for your attention. Hope to see you again shortly.